Well, first of all, let me say good afternoon to members of the media. The press conference is called today to update you on the situation that happened in the docks between last week, Thursday, and Monday. Let me just say that it's very unfortunate when we have these sort of things that take place in our country. But certainly, I can confirm, even though the media has summarized, that last week, Wednesday, a manager was terminated from stevedoring services. He was terminated after 27 years of employment. Let me just repeat that, 27 years of employment. Now, whilst we do recognize that he is a manager, he actually began his employment back in 1990. He became a manager in 2015, so he's only been a manager for just about 2 years now. So he came out of the ranks, he worked his way up to be a foreman prior to him becoming a manager. He was a foreman for several years. So certainly, you know, the workers became very concerned that one of the colleagues that they worked with for 25 years in the ranks with them ran into management for 2 years, and all of a sudden he finds himself out of a job. They thought that was grossly unfair, and as a result of that, they had a conversation with management, and then the workers down tools on Thursday. So certainly they called me. I went to the docks on Thursday. I had a meeting with the man on Thursday morning. I then arranged a meeting with management on Thursday afternoon. I met with the management team. Then I met with the workers again on Thursday afternoon. So we had 2 meetings that day. We consequently had another meeting with them on Friday morning. We received a call from Workforce Development from Mr. Lawrence Smith. I think he's the manager now, the department manager right now. He asked would the parties be willing to sit down and have some sort of conciliation. Both parties agreed, so we met at Workforce Development at 1:30 on Friday afternoon. There was no resolution as a result of that session, so I reported back to the man on Friday afternoon. Late Friday evening, well, not late, around about 6 o'clock Friday evening, I received the email from Mr. Jones that, you know, they're willing to assist his manager in finding employment. All I said to Mr. Jones, I acknowledged receiving his email, and that I would present his email to the workers when I get the first opportunity. That will be first thing Monday morning, which I did, and they rejected the offer. Certainly, you know, the workers became very concerned about the current situation. And let's just be clear. At no time, either Thursday, Friday, or Monday, did the workers refuse to deliver any essential cargo. All essential cargo was discharged of the ship and also delivered. So anybody who says that the workers didn't fulfill the obligation under the 1975 Act because they're essential service, they delivered all the essential items that needed to be delivered either off the ship, on the dock, and off the dock. So hence we bring ourselves to Monday, and naturally enough, there were quite a few things that were transpiring on Monday. There were legal papers going around or whatever have you. So on Monday evening, I received a telephone call from the minister, offering to see if he can get this matter settled. So he spoke to me on at least 3 or 4 different occasions. I guess in the interim period, he was reaching back out to Mr. Jones. And between the 3 of us, we came up with what we thought the workers might accept if I presented to them on Tuesday morning. Based on that, if the workers agreed, the employer would withdraw its pending legal action because we were due to be in court at 9:30 on Tuesday morning. That's as brief as I can possibly make it for now, just to let you know that ever since this matter transpired last week, Thursday, we've had meetings to try to get the matters resolved. So I take great offense to MP Michael Dunkley last night when he took the minister to task for not getting this matter resolved sooner. Let me just remind everyone what happened in 2014, because sometimes I think we tend to forget. When the bar porters from Hamilton Princess got dismissed, the ABA government was in charge. And it took him a few days to get that matter resolved. Remember, that's the hotel industry. So just like I agree with Mr. Dunkley, the docks is important, and we need to resolve matters as quickly as we can. Back then in 2014, it took us about 3 days to get that matter resolved. And it wasn't until the manager from Santa Princess called me on the phone, we sat down and had a conversation, and that's how the matter got resolved, you know. So Workforce Development reached out to us a day or so after that incident happened on the docks. We were at Workforce Development, and then we were talking with management. So it's not like we weren't trying to reach a resolution. The way how Mr. Dunkley will make it sound is that for almost 5 days, that's grossly incorrect. Because what happened between Thursday, Friday, and Monday? The workers were delivering essential cargo. So let's just say ultimately it was 2 days where they didn't work. It's not almost nowhere near 5 days. So it's exaggerating. And I take great exception when people don't know the facts. And if Mr. Dunkley wanted to know some of the facts, he could have called me, and I would have given him some of the facts. But he never reached out to us. So for him to just try to throw the minister on the bus that he should have resolved this matter long before he did, I take great exception to that. I'll entertain any questions you might have.
Mr. Berbert, was the individual in question of retirement age?
No, he is not. No, it's not. It's not.
Did the workers suggest that he be given another job at the...
Well, what I can tell you, because I saw, something printed in the paper where the workers were demanding that, he be given his management position back, right? And I clarified that for Mr. Jones, the CEO. I clarified that for Lawrence Smith at Workforce Development, that the BIU understands management's right to hire and fire. We recognize that right. We recognize the management have a right to choose their management team. We never insisted that he give him back his manager's job. What we said to him is that, it's for somewhere else in the company you could put him aside from taking his employment away from him. That's the suggestion that the workers put on the table almost from day one. I was at those 6 meetings with them the whole time, and they had never demanded that he be given back his management position. Never.
Mr. Perfect, can you deny or agree that this individual was given 3 positions to fill?
Well, let me just say this to you. The matter has been referred to arbitration, and what I don't want to do right now, I think what I am prepared to share with you is some of the logistics of what took place, exactly, what recommendations the workers made in respect to giving them another job. I'm not liberty to say what job they offered or they put on the table. I'm not liberty to say whether or not this is going to have whatever, because that will be the subject for the arbitration, and I don't want to have the arbitration right here in public. Sorry.
So, hey, the minister used the term strike forward. Was that a fair term?
Use the what?
The minister issued a statement about it. He actually called it a strike. We have been calling it, I think, industrial.
I didn't see the minister call it a strike. You might want to show that to me.
I can forward it away, but it was in his statement. I mean, was it? Or?
Well, let's appreciate and understand that, the union has always spoke about a worker's right to protest, a worker's right to demonstrate. Slavery was abolished in 1834. And the 1975 Act was created to make sure that, there are essential things in this country that need to happen while people are protesting. And whilst the union has its challenges with the Act, we try the best we can, where we can, to try to honor that Act. And that's why when you look at the events of last year, the workers were on the hill protesting. They left the hill and went to the dock to take all the essential items off the boat. They put them in the yard and they delivered all the essential items. So we're being responsible. We're not being irresponsible. That's a change from what might have happened many, many years ago. I also just remind the public and the media now that many, many years ago, and Jack Sharp is passed now and go arrested there. But Jack Sharp on the House of Assembly told the MPs back in the early 70s or the early 80s, leave the longshoremen alone, because right now they're taking everything off the dock. And everything is not essential. Everything is not essential. There's a list, a schedule on the back in the Labor Relations Act that tells you what's essential, what is essential cargo. And there are certain things on the dock, quite a few things that are not essential.
For clarity's sake, did these workers break the law in any way?
They did not break the law.
Was the government notified that there was going to be industrial action?
I would say the government was not notified in the respect that, there was a situation that transpired with the termination of the manager on that Wednesday evening. And on the Thursday morning, they had a problem. Now, whether or not somebody reached out to the government then to let them know that we got some kind of issue. Naturally enough, we thought that we had resolved matters. Everybody had talked about the poor workers and state oil service relationship. So naturally enough, we thought that we can resolve this matter without it going a bit too far. That's what we really thought. So we didn't see the need to involve anybody from government at that point in time. We didn't.
This is the first time that workers have down tools under Mr. Jones.
I would.
Has he been there?
I think it's been there three and a half years or so.
So this is the first time?
As far as I'm aware of, yeah.
I know you say because it's going to voluntary arbitration, you can't discuss specifics, but there is information coming out from the dock workers themselves that the man in question was given 3 responsibilities that really require 3 managers, and that those responsibilities were issued or given by Mr. Jones, who apparently seems to be at the center of this.
Well, part of that's not true.
Okay, can you?
No, I can't. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you. All I'm telling you is that part of that statement is not true.
Can you tell me which part?
The part where, Mr. Jones gave them 3 responsibilities. Mr. Jones is the CEO. He's not the operations manager.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, so do workers have to do they have to get the permission from the union before they do any kind of industrial action?
Do they have to get permission? The workers are the union.
So they don't have to go?
The workers are the union. Which part you don't understand?
What
do you mean permission from the union? The union is them.
So, okay.
No, they pay me,
I'm not.
Do they get advice from me? I'm not saying they won't call me for advice.
It's not union, so you would understand.
Well, anyway, I'm just letting you know. The workers, the membership, the way how the union is structured, the membership comes first. The General Delegates Conference comes next. Next after that is the General Council, and then comes the Executive Board. That's the order.
How soon could you see the arbitration begin?
Well, interesting. The workers also ask those questions. Certainly the employer will have to get that case ready. We have to get our case ready. Witnesses are going to be called from the management side. Witnesses are going to be called from the BIU side, and I estimate that, maybe in a month or so, and that depends on who the arbitrator is. Depends on the employer's got to pick an assessor. The BIU's got to pick an assessor. So there's DARs also got to be they got to be coordinated. So if somebody's going on vacation for a week or 2 weeks, not enough. So whether it will be in a month's time or 6 weeks' time, a lot depends on all those individuals' diaries and how they can basically come together to have it done. So I'm thinking that I'm looking somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks at the most to get it done.
So as it stands now, the gentleman in question is unemployed?
As it stands right now, he is any money that was owed to him. That's correct. They gave him that.
So does that mean until the arbitration happens that he's?
Yes, he's unemployed. So if he win the arbitration and is reinstated or is given a job that we are suggesting that he could probably have, then we'd be talking about some kind of compensation.
6 weeks is a long time to be without work.
Well, a week is a long time for some people to be without work. Not alone 6 weeks.
Mr. Service,
Yeah.
can you speak to the general state of labor relations on the island today?
Well, I can say to you that, whilst, the government changed some probably 90 odd days ago now, I don't think it's quite 100 days yet, it's probably getting close to 100 days, I honestly feel that, we've had a meeting with the new Minister of Home Affairs, and whilst some people might be a bit upset with him because of his new policy that is saying he wants to put Bermudians first, I don't see anything wrong with that. The issue for us, what we have to understand as a country, as long as we're going to need at least somewhere between 33 to 34,000 workers here in Bermuda, we're just going to need to bring people in. Because we don't have 33,000, 33 or 34,000 Bermudians to fill all them jobs. We've got about 27, maybe 27,500 Bermudians. So we're just got to bring in about 5,000 or 6,000 people. And all it's saying right now is that I want to make sure, contrary to what the ABA government did, I want to make sure that Bermudians come fresh in their country. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We're not saying that people can't still be brought in, All we're saying is that our Bermudians should be able to get employment in their own country. The union has been out there, talking about this for the last 3 to 5 years. How could a Bermudian be not gainfully employed in their own country? It's beyond me. When you hear stories about people can't get a job at this place, they can't get a job at that place, but they see all these foreigners working at these different job sites. It's frustrating for them. It's really frustrating. So I think that, I think that the current government has made up their mind that they want to try to improve that, and they're going to get our 100% support. Even the ABA government would have taken that approach, they'd have got our full support. But they had made up their mind. That's about taking care of employers and not worrying about the workers. And that's one of the reasons why they find themselves as the opposition right now.